Younger Next Year, by Chris Crowley, Henry Lodge. Everyone will gradually age, and the increase in age is inevitable. Your appearance will also change. For example, your hair will turn increasingly white, your skin will develop more wrinkles, and your entire body will become smaller and shorter due to bone shrinkage. These are unchangeable biological mechanisms. However, despite this, much of your functional aging is not inevitable, and your behavior and mindset don't necessarily have to age. The scary part is that many people subconsciously accept that they will grow old and die. They seamlessly connect these two events as a single concept. They believe that when they become old and weak, they will soon die, thus the deterioration of their quality of life doesn't matter. This kind of thinking is completely wrong. In fact, if you are willing, more than half of the diseases that become more common after the age of 50 can be avoided. This means that although you are getting older, you can still live well, keep your body functioning properly, and age healthily and gracefully. In reality, 70% of premature deaths and aging are related to lifestyle choices. Heart disease, strokes, common cancers, diabetes, most falls, fractures, and serious injuries, as well as many other diseases, are primarily caused by our lifestyle habits. These poor habits lead to various illnesses and injuries during the last third of life. The good news is that if you follow the lifestyle changes suggested in this book, you can avoid 50% of these adverse conditions. The organs in the human body have gradually developed over billions of years of evolution. Even the most recent human functions were established around 200,000 years ago. Our bodies have evolved to adapt to the primitive and wild conditions of the natural world for the sake of survival. Our design allows us to thrive in favorable environments, becoming agile, hunting, building, laughing, running, healing, loving, and surviving. To achieve these things, we need a strong body and a vibrant mind. Both are indispensable. However, on the other side of the biological equation, aging must occur when necessary because every kilogram of body structure requires energy to maintain. Every muscle fiber, bone, cartilage, brain circuit, skin cell, and even every thought consumes energy. All elements must contribute to survival and reproduction, otherwise, the probability of gene continuation decreases. In adverse conditions, under stress, drought, famine, or harsh winters, our bodies are designed to shut down, slow down metabolism, store fat, and minimize energy consumption to stop growing and age quickly. This is the mechanism left to us by our ancestors. But with the dramatic changes in modern society's lifestyle, we now live in temperature-controlled homes rather than in the Ice Age. Most people have enough food and do not suffer from hunger or unbearable cold and famine. Energy has become inexhaustible, and at the same time, people no longer run and build like their ancestors. Instead, they generally lack exercise and sit for long periods. This situation sends incorrect signals to the body, indicating that famine and cold are imminent, and you might face a life-threatening situation. As a result, most parts of your body get confused, easily misinterpreting 21st century signals. The body's default aging mode is then activated, shutting down everything except essential systems. You begin to shrink, age, and eventually die. This is why modern people's physical conditions are generally imbalanced, prone to various diseases, injuries, and even premature death. So, how do we counteract all of this and avoid aging? The answer is to change the signals we send to our bodies, thereby preventing the aging mode from being triggered. To achieve this, focus on 3 aspects. First, start exercising. Second, eat a balanced diet. Third, change your lifestyle. Sitting for long periods is the most significant signal that activates aging. No matter how much food you eat, if you don't exercise, give up on life, and disengage from activities, you're telling your body that you are experiencing famine and it's time to age. This signal of an unhealthy state mirrors the typical American retirement lifestyle, sitting for long periods, withdrawing from social circles, and eating whatever is available. Accompanying this process is the constant emergence of diseases and injuries, which are the result of poor health accumulating over time. However, your health status is a choice you make. This means you can completely change this situation. The most important way is to stimulate your body, that is, to start exercising. Exercise is the only way to engage both your body and brain. If you exercise, you will become younger, not completely young again, but the degree of rejuvenation will amaze you. The human body is composed of muscles, tendons, and fat, along with many other parts that continually die and renew over time. The secret to youth lies in producing more new cells than the ones being discarded, and this is achieved through exercise. You need to remember two important things. First, aging triggers growth. Second, exercise induces inflammation, which in turn automatically initiates the repair process. Let's explain this in detail. There are thousands of cytokines working in the human body, regulating growth and aging at the most microscopic level. For the sake of understanding, let's assume you have only two cytokines in your body: cytokine 6, C6, which is the main chemical controlling inflammation, causing aging, and cytokine 10, C10, which is the main chemical controlling repair and growth. C6 calls white blood cells to the walls of the arteries. The white blood cells act as vacuum cleaners, clearing fat from your blood. If you have an unhealthy diet and never exercise, these cells gradually become alarmingly large. Because they absorb too much fat, the cell structure of the artery wall disappears, leaving behind a pile of goo. Decades later, these become plaques. Plaques are responsible for killing more than half of us. The reason this happens is due to a sedentary lifestyle, high-stress living, and excessive dietary fat intake. But if you start exercising, C6 levels will surge, leading to cellular aging. However, this also triggers a massive release of C10, the primary chemical for repair and growth, initiating a growth phase. C10 manages the inflammation caused by exercise, maintaining a healthy balance between aging and growth. As long as the growth signals are strong enough, they will override the aging signals from C6, prompting your body to start building muscle, heart tissue, capillaries, tendons, bones, and joints. Essentially, exercise can reduce mortality rates. Imagine that damaged blood vessels can kill you, but exercise can repair and heal them, allowing you to live healthily. It's that simple. Therefore, if you don't want to suffer from illnesses and wish to age healthily and gracefully, start exercising 6 days a week, 4 days of aerobic exercise and 2 days of strength training, with each session lasting 45 minutes. Aerobic exercise can be in any form, such as jogging, swimming, or rowing. It's important to consult a doctor before starting a serious exercise routine, especially for those with pre-existing conditions. In the beginning, avoid overexertion and exercise at a comfortable pace. If at any point you feel uncomfortable or tired, stop immediately. You can gradually work up to the 45-minute goal. Aerobic exercise can be divided into 3 different stages of goals. The first goal is long and slow exercise, where the highest heart rate you need is 60% to 65%. Here's how to calculate this value. Subtract your age from 220, then multiply the resulting number by 0.6 and 0.65 respectively. This will give you your maximum heart rate values. For example, if you are 60 years old, subtracting 60 from 220 gives you 160. Multiplying 160 by 0.6 and 0.65 gives you values of 96 and 104 respectively. These are the maximum heart rate values you should aim to maintain during the first stage of exercise goals. It is recommended that everyone purchase a heart rate measuring watch or device to better understand their own heart rate values. This is the ultimate goal for most people. The second goal is high-endurance exercise, which involves doing high-endurance aerobic exercise for 1 hour. This is a high-intensity exercise where you can only speak a few words at a time due to being out of breath. Your maximum heart rate should reach 70% to 85%. Achieving this can lead to excellent physical condition. The third goal is the least urgent goal, where you can engage in a real sprint or another type of maximum speed anaerobic activity for 1 or 2 minutes, pushing yourself to the limit of exercise intensity. The maximum heart rate here ranges from 85% to 100%. However, this is the least important goal, but it's worth considering. Aerobic exercise is more about preventing real death, but strength training can make your life more valuable, allowing you to live more dignified. Strength training is highly beneficial for many parts of the body. Firstly, it helps with bone health. Normally, after the age of 40, you lose between 0.3% to 0.5% of bone mass per year. Approximately every 2 to 3 years, about 1% of your bone mass is extracted from your body. This is why many people become shorter, hunched over, appear foolish, prone to falling, suffer from back injuries, and even end up bedridden permanently. As you age, your joints can also deteriorate, making the health of articulating bones and the tendons, ligaments, and viscous membranes that support them even more critical. If you don't take action, they will deteriorate first. At the same time, as you age, you also lose some muscle cells, which is something you cannot change. You are more likely to fall because the neurotransmitters that coordinate balance and coordination deteriorate with age. Weight training is an effective therapy to prevent or reverse age-related injuries. Its goal is not to make you look like a bodybuilder but to maintain joint flexibility, strong bones, and normal muscles. Lifting heavy weights every 2 to 3 days can essentially prevent bone loss, prevent, or compensate for, muscle loss, prevent tendon weakness, restore viscous membranes, and alleviate pain. While the loss of muscle cells is inevitable and strength training cannot create new muscle cells, it can help you build new muscle substance within each existing cell, proteins, various materials. In short, it helps to build lean muscle mass. For people with arthritis, avoiding strength training is a mistake. In fact, just as strong muscles and improved proprioception can prevent falls, they can also protect joints from further damage and aid in better recovery. Most arthritis patients report a 50% reduction in pain and joint restrictions after several months of strength training. Mild arthritis symptoms often disappear completely. Therefore, strength training is an important step towards rejuvenation. Once you start strength training, remember 2 things. First, consistency is more important than intensity at any time. Second, proper warm-up is an excellent way to prevent injuries. Just like exercise is crucial for anti-aging benefits, good dietary habits play an equally important role. Many people choose to eat very little to control their weight. However, this approach is ineffective 95% of the time, which is a frustrating yet unchangeable fact. Therefore, making weight loss a goal isn't typically a good idea. Active exercise and staying away from junk food are the right approach. People gain weight because they consume more calories than they burn. For example, starch, refined carbohydrates, including potatoes, refined rice, and virtually all foods made with refined flour. They are harmful carbohydrates because they constantly signal you to eat more. They are calorie-rich, almost without true nutritional value, and make you extremely hungry again 30 minutes after eating. Imagine this process. You absorb every single calorie from all the food you eat. Your body then diligently stores all excess energy as fat. At the same time, your body begins to secrete large amounts of insulin and other digestive chemicals, causing your digestion to operate at 9 times its reasonable capacity. As a result, your blood sugar drops sharply, and you feel hungry again, very, very hungry, prompting you to eat again, often in large quantities. This cycle of overabsorption and decline can lead to the onset of diseases such as adult-onset diabetes, obesity, arthritis, heart disease, cancer, and stroke, among others. Therefore, you should stay away from junk food, avoid starches and sugars, and replace them with fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Additionally, incorporating unsaturated fats is essential for maintaining a healthy body. In our diet, fats primarily come in three forms: saturated fats, unsaturated fats, and trans fats. Saturated fats are unhealthy as they have the longest shelf life and act as storage fats that tend to accumulate in your body. There's a strong connection between diets high in saturated fats and inflammation-related conditions such as heart disease, stroke, cancer, and even Alzheimer's disease. Trans fats are a stealthy, artificially created fat developed by the food industry. They function similarly to saturated fats but may not appear on most food labels in the coming years. They are present in every type of fried food, every donut, every cookie, pie, cake, and nearly every type of cracker you can buy in the United States. These trans fats are extremely harmful to your body. How do you know how much trans fat is in a food? For example, take a bag of potato chips. Add up all the fats listed on the label and then look at the total fat amount. You'll notice a discrepancy. The missing fats are the trans fats present. You should aim to avoid foods containing trans fats as much as possible. The last type of fat is unsaturated fat, which is essential for building a healthy body. It can easily enter and exit our bodies and can act as clean fuel. Unsaturated fats are found in wild animal meats, most plant oils, especially olive oil and canola oil, nuts, fruits, vegetables, and particularly fatty fish like mackerel, salmon, and sardines. They are very beneficial to the body and should be consumed more. In addition, whole grains and legumes are essential as they provide fiber and micronutrients, slow down fat absorption, keep your colon functioning and clean, and help prevent cancer. Antioxidants in fruits and vegetables help absorb excess free radicals produced during exercise, which are harmful to the body, so eat more fruits and vegetables. Fish and white meat poultry are the best substitutes for red meat, especially oily fish. Also, don't forget to drink plenty of water. Generally, it's best to consume at least 64 ounces of water per day. Finally, let's talk about your lifestyle. Human connection and intimacy are crucial for health. Their absence can be devastating, while love can save lives. Therefore, don't let yourself fall into a lonely, pessimistic, or apathetic lifestyle. Reconnect with people and get involved with family, friends, and companions. Remember, chronic stress can suppress your immune function, while altruism, care, and compassion can enhance it. Strive to live your life in your own way. Take chances, meet new people, nurture friendships, get involved in your community or projects, make commitments to others, and show concern for them. These are all valuable pursuits. If you adhere to all of the strongly recommended exercise, diet, and lifestyle rules mentioned above, your chances of achieving health and a wonderful life will increase. The increase here refers to a 70% improvement. It's not a guarantee of perfection. You may still encounter various life-threatening events, but a 70% improvement is a significant statistic. No medication or treatment plan can come close to achieving such results. None of us have to age in the way we once thought. As long as you are willing to make the effort, you can live a healthy and fulfilling life in old age. Congratulations on finishing another book. Keep going.